Good day! So now, imagine a high-pressure environment like the Quezon City government, serving like over 3 million citizens. And a sudden crisis scenario occurs, which a major policy shift requires immediate budget adjustments across all departments. In one office, the supervisor dictates every move without explanation, leading to confusion and burnout. In another, the leader encourages the collaboration, but decision-making stalls. This highlights our core problem on how does the way a leader reacts to pressure and communicates directly their influence whether an employee succeeds or fails in their role. So this study investigates these dynamics within a sampled local government unit in Quezon City. My research entitled The Influence of Leadership Styles on Employee Work Performance in a Sampled Local Government Unit in Quezon City. This study aims to explore how various leadership practices impacts the effectiveness and productivity of public servants within our local government. The primary goal of this research is to determine the extent of influence that leadership styles have on employee performance. Specifically, it seeks to answer what is the profile of the respondents in terms of the sex, age, employment status, and length of employment. Second, to what extent do the supervisors demonstrate specific leadership practices as perceived by the employees in terms of decision-making process, communication patterns, focus and motivation, and reaction to failure. Third is the level of employee work performance as assessed by the employee themselves. And fourth, is there a significant difference in the level of work performance when respondents are grouped according to profile? And lastly, is there a significant relationship between leadership styles and employee work performance? We are testing the null hypothesis that there is no significant influence of perceived leadership styles on the work performance of employees in the sampled local government unit. So for the themes, here are they. So the first is the shift toward human-centered leadership. So this discusses how the modern leadership has moved from strict command control or command and control to orchestration, where the leader's role is to harmonize the talents of the team. So this sets the stage for why studying leadership styles in a business local government unit is important for today. And second, the supervisory communication and organizational transparency. So for this one, it focuses on how the flow of information affects work. Good communication prevents organizational silos, where departments stop talking to each other. And this is the first major independent variable of the research or of this study. Next theme is the participative decision-making in public service. This one explores the impact of involving employees in the decision-making process versus making decisions in isolation. This is the second independent variable and a key part of the Kurt-Lewin's theory. Next, the dynamics of employee motivation and engagement. This examines what actually drives a local government unit employee to go above and beyond, whether it is through encouragement, recognition, or support from their supervisor. So, this is our third major independent variable. Next is the reaction to failure from punishment to learning. This is a critical theme in research that looks at whether mistakes are treated as grounds for reprimand or as learning opportunity for the staff. This is the fourth major independent variable, and I think for me the most interesting part. And the next one is measuring performance via the IPCR framework. So this defines what success looks like in the Philippine government context, specifically focusing on productivity, quality, and timeliness. This explains our dependent variable for the study and how we are actually measuring the work performance. So this research is built upon these 6 themes, which themes number 2 through number 5 is directly representing the specific leadership practices that I am measuring, while the last theme establishes how we define performance in the Quezon City local government unit. And this study is anchored on the Kurt Lewin's leadership styles theory, which categorizes leadership into authoritarian, participative, and delegative styles. We examine how these styles manifest through specific supervisory behaviors. So, here is our conceptual framework. We are using the independent variable to dependent variable model. So, for this one, our independent variable are the perceived leadership styles, which are measured through the decision-making, communication, motivation, and reaction to failure. And for the dependent variable, we have employee work performance, and moderating variable are the respondent's profile, which is part of our questionnaire. So we will get information like age, sex, position, and length of service. We are utilizing for this study a quantitative, descriptive, correlational research design because this will allow us to describe the current leadership climate while statistically measuring the strength of relationship or the influence of the leadership behavior and the employee output. Respondents, it involves 50 professional employees from a sampled executive department in the Quezon City, and this will include a permanent employee and a contract of service personnel. The sampling technique is purposive sampling. So this ensures that all participants have a minimum of 6 months of service, providing them with enough experience to accurately evaluate their supervisor's leadership styles. Data will be gathered using the structured questionnaires consisting of 3 parts. So for our part 1, it consists of the demographic profile. For the part 2, the leadership practices. And for the part 3 is the work performance, which is aligned with standard IPCR indicators. IPCR stands for Individual Performance, Commitment, and Review. And now for the treatment of our data. To analyze the results, we will use first frequency and percentage distribution. So we will use this to compute the numerical answers of the respondents on their demographic profile, including the sex, age, employment status, and length of employment. Next one is weighted mean. This will be utilized to determine the average responses regarding the perceived leadership practices of supervisors and the current level of employee work performance. Third one is a person-hour correlation coefficient that will be applied so that we can determine if a significant relationship exists between the perceived leadership styles of the supervisors and the work performance of the employees in our sampled local government unit. Next one is a simple linear regression. This will be used to measure the specific influence of independent variable or leadership styles on the dependent variable or employee work performance. And lastly, the analysis of variance or ANOVA. This will be used to determine if there are significant differences in employees' work performance when they are grouped according to their demographic profiles, such as the age and the length of employment. Thank you so much, and that's it for our research entitled The Influence of Leadership Styles on Employee Work Performance in a Sampled Local Government Unit in Quezon City. Again, I am your researcher, Ramil G. Crepa. Thank you.